Hey everybody, this is Teresa. Today I thought I would dehydrate some celery. I've only used the dehydrator one time and my husband helped me. So this is the first time. I don't have a ton of it, but I need to make room in my freezer. So I'm going to start dehydrating vegetables a little bit at a time and see how it goes and see how I like them once I rehydrate them. Let me show you the celery that I have. I just have two big bunches, and this is some that I've already chopped up and it's pretty thin. But I'm gonna blanch it first, and I have my pot of water on the stove. So I better get to chopping because I'm impatient, so I don't know how dehydrating is gonna work for me. I know you have to wait. I guess you can forget about it for several hours and just leave it running, but we'll see how this goes. So come join me. I'm pretty small. I take the stalk and I split it in half, and then I chop them pretty fine. And I have washed it and let it dry. And these are chopped really fine because that's left over from my salad that I'm gonna upload later today. I'll get back to my celery. It's quite a big bowl. We'll see how much I get. I'm anxious to find out. And I'm gonna bring this over to the stove, and my water is, well, boiling. And my directions say to blanch it for 2 minutes. It says to insert a basket or a colander, but my colander is plastic, and I don't have a basket, so I'm just gonna have to scoop it out with this. So let me put you on the tripod, and then you can do it in 2 batches because I think I have too much celery. So I think that's a good boil. So I'm just gonna, ow, crap, sorry. Drop it in here. I have cut myself, burnt myself in the last few days so many times. And I also included the leaves because I love the leaves and celery. That's about half. So I'm gonna bring this back up to a boil, clean up the mess that I put on the floor, and time it for 2 minutes. And then I'll bring you back. Good boil, look at that. So I'll set the timer for 2 minutes. Now I'm gonna scoop it out and put it in the colander and run cold water over it. You don't need to see me scoop it out. I'll show you my second batch in. Now I'm gonna wait for the water to come back up to boil and set the timer again. All on this pan to drain. It's a sheet pan with paper towels. And now let's go over to the dehydrator tray. I'm gonna use these little mesh liners because my celery's pretty chopped fine, some of it, except for this piece. Look at this piece. I messed up. Just break that up, I guess. And I'm just gonna spread it on the trays and try not to get it everywhere. I'm not sure about this. I wish I had the other kind with the square trays, but this is our first dehydrator, so we just bought one a little cheaper just to make sure that we want to do this. And I got some shelves, so I have room to put them in to put the jars on. I didn't have any shelves to put my jars on, so I had to get some of those. And so now I'm gonna start dehydrating some things. So I'm gonna fill these trays. I don't know if that's too much, or I'm gonna try to. I watched Mrs. Volfe. I watched Mandy at More to Life. Mrs. Volfe's Our Half Acre Homestead. I've learned a ton about dehydrating from her channel. Not just dehydrating, canning, everything. She's super. Okay, I'm gonna finish filling these trays and then I'll show you how many trays I get. Pretty hard to film because I'm in my tiny laundry room and I have it on, it says 125 or 130. I have it on 130 and it's supposed to go for 2 to 4 hours. I'm thinking it's gonna be more like 4 hours because my trays are, I'll show you, pretty full. Sorry about the darkness in here, but this is the first dehydrating project. I also need to dehydrate some ginger, but I haven't worked on that. This is my tiny messy laundry room. So I'll check back with you in just a few hours. Celery. It's pretty dry. I might hope I didn't overdo it. I'm gonna put this in the jar and I'll show you how much I got. First jar dehydrated celery. I'm quite excited. It's got almost a pint, but there it is. And I realized I said 130 when I read my directions again and I turned it back to 125. And I guess I'll let it go for about 6-7 hours. And there it is. And thank you for watching and coming along with me.